Happy Sunday, everyone. Hope everybody's having a blessed Christmas season and you're hopefully getting ready to enjoy a lot of time with your family and loved ones. Um, I just wanted to come on here this morning because I got a comment on one of my videos that I had reposted about something. And I mean, we all know we get comments all the time from people that are, you know, especially if it looks like fake profiles, I just delete all those anyways. But I get comments sometimes that are just rude and disrespectful and vulgar and not adding to the conversation at all. So I usually just delete all those. But I got one yesterday on one of my videos, and um, it was from a person that I believe they say that they're a Christian, so I'll take that at face value. Uh, and even though what they were saying was completely wrong, it wasn't at least done in a vulgar way. So I respect them for that. But um, if anybody's looked at my page and stuff, there's different things I've posted about women in our society and how things have got off track, and I have kind of a unique perspective on that I'll probably touch on in some more videos that I might make. But um, I try to be, as a Christian, you're always trying to do things to help and stuff. And there's just in our society, there's so much that has got off track when it comes to women in our society. And I'm just general terms now. I'm not talking about individual, people. There's some fantastic individual Christian women that I've had a blessed chance to know. I have some family members, you know, that are blessed Christian women, people that I get to talk to, and even my daughter. So it's definitely not all. I mean, I've even some of the comments I get on some of my videos, from some of my sisters in Christ on here, the either agreeing or the things that they add, it's just a blessing. You just see, so it's not all. There are some great Christian women out there, but in general terms in our society, I think that all of us can see, with men and women, there's in our society, there's a lot of things that have got off track, and just how it teaches, you know, women, feminism and social media and all that, and how it's just brought a lot of destruction, to the family unit and to the roles of what men and women who they are supposed to be, from a biblical standpoint and all those things. Um, the unique perspective that I have is because I did 16 years in prison, right? So I got put in prison at the end of 2002, and I got out at the end of 2018. So it was from I think I was like 27 when I got locked up, and I was like 43 when I got out. So uh, I have this unique perspective. One of the things about being in prison, it's like time stops. You're not out in society, so you're not out when everything is changing. It makes it real hard when you get out. Like technology has been, whoo, boy, me trying to learn that, because I haven't been out here learning it all this time. I'm just trying to get everything at one time. So a lot changed during those 16 years. But like I said, because you're inside, you get out still thinking everything is like I'm still thinking everything's 2002. You know what I'm saying? When I got out, one of the things that I noticed when I got out and started talking to people and everything was this dynamic with men and women, how so much changed socially, with dating, marriage, relationships, and how women acted in general. I'm talking about in the general, society. And the if you think about it, the thing that changed a whole lot during those years, 2002 to 2018, was social media. I I mean, like when I went in, I mean, we're talking about, dial up internet and stuff. So it really hadn't blown up like that. So, it's the old saying about, a frog being in a pot. And if you, just put him in it and heat it up, he'll just sit there. Well, that's what's been going on in society. But if you took him in and put him in boiling water while it was already boiling, he'd jump right out. Well, that's what happened with me. See, I was, like I said, stuck and time stopped with me. So I jumped to 2018 and all this stuff has changed and everything. And I see the water's boiling. And I'm like, but everybody else has just been out sitting in this all these years and not realizing actually how bad it got during that time. And so that's my unique perspective on that. Like the comment that made me do this, video, and I'll probably need to, make some more on it, but it was about a video that was on there, and it was a lady that was saying, we asked men to be providers and to do these different things, but we never asked women, about how to be wives and stuff. And this, sister in Christ made the comment. She was like, I see that you post all these different things about, women, or do you have some root of bitterness against women and all this stuff like that, da, da, da. That's fascinating to me. And like I said, I get these comments all the time. And most time, like I said, I just delete them because they're rude and vulgar and mean. But that shows you what is like. There's the catchphrase about modern women, how they never take accountability. They're always playing the victim card. So instead of taking what was in that video and speaking to that subject and offering something on that discussion, it went, and taking accountability, it went straight to, well, there's something wrong with you. You have a root of bitterness, and and it's like, wow. And like I said, I don't take offense to it whatsoever, because like I said, I get that stuff all the time. If anybody has ever paid attention, like most of the videos when I'm dealing with that subject with women, I try, not all the time, but most of the time, I try to repost videos where it's a woman actually addressing women in that subject, because I know they'll hear that more than coming from a man. You know what I'm saying? So I try to, find when I see videos like that it's a woman speaking to that subject, about how women need to change and do things. Like I said, it just seems like it's better to hear it coming from a woman. But it, like I said, the social media and feminism, that has been going on for 70 years. How that destroyed women, trying to be men and all these different things like that. We have biblical examples. I mean, how this started in the garden and all those different things. And like, even if you look in the book of Proverbs, man, there's whole chapters just devoted to, don't go after the adulterous woman. And, it's better to, live in the corner of a rooftop than, with a contentious woman, than instead of a contentious woman, and all these different things. And, men and women both have things they need to work on, but women in our society, because of feminism and social media, it's done a lot of damage. Like I said, because I was gone and I got out and I saw it, I'm like, man, this is crazy what is going on and how women react to different things. But I'll try to make some more videos about this, because it's a very deep topic. But I just wanted to touch on that, and everybody have a blessed day.